Hello.
He got the link,
No,
but he can't join tonight.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
Maybe he'll be in the comments.
He will.
Maybe we'll see what happens. All right. Talking shish kebabs today. World of pop culture. What do we got going on? They had the new Avengers.
Oh, the trailer?
The new Avengers trailer looks pretty good. It's got.
I-
Did you see it?
I did. Josh didn't see it. I saw it, and it was very Thor centric up to the very end there, which I thought was pretty cool.
I didn't see Hugh Jackman in it, but I think I saw James Marsden as Cyclops
Yeah, I thought that was
in his '90s costume. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And who's playing Mystique?
I don't know.
Not the two normal. It's not the two normal ones.
I don't know. It just showed her transforming. It didn't show like the base form. So that's it looks like it was something missing there.
Well, given that she's a shapeshifter, it could literally be anybody.
Sure.
Right?
I know who the base actress was for Mystique. Saw Channing Tatum. They put a lot of him in that video, in that preview.
I just can't believe that he's like that popular as Gambit. It's kind of ridiculous.
And we saw.
Well, he tried to lobby to have that role for a long time, for years, and they had a script and all kinds of stuff like for years. And he's from the area, so I think that was part of the appeal to him for wanting to do it.
Does nobody think that Taylor Kitsch did a good job as Gambit?
I don't know if it was so much him as Gambit as so much the movie was
dog shit.
And he didn't look like Gambit in the movie. Yeah, at least when they did the Channing Tatum one, he looks like. It seems like now they don't stick to X-Men in just black leather matching outfits anymore. They actually aren't afraid to make Wolverine look like Wolverine and stick the things on and all that stuff. So that's cool. Jennifer Lawrence in blue still? Yeah, possibly.
I think because we got the Shuri and Namor were in there.
Namor.
Namor.
We're watching Thunderbolts right now.
I saw Thunderbolts. I didn't see Namor. I saw the Fantastic Four. There's quite a few things that when we were on our hiatus from this, I wasn't obliged to see it, and I really didn't want to. To be frank, I didn't want to give them my views or my money. So, I didn't really have an incentive to do it, especially with a lot of the Star Wars stuff. I keep my my ear on the proverbial train tracks to see if the train's coming, and just based on the vibes that the train track tells me as whether or not I want to give a movie a shot. So, the Thunderbolts, I got good enough vibes to where I felt comfortable watching that one. I didn't watch the Marvels. I didn't even see the second season of Andor. Like, there's a bunch of things I didn't see. So, and I don't even mind, I didn't even mind catching that. And I wasn't like willfully trying to not see Andor. I was just kind of like, I've been off of the crack for a while, and I don't really have any urge to smoke crack anymore. So I didn't even have to watch Andor, which is, I think, bittersweet.
Andor was good.
Yeah, I will say that the second season of Andor it's just great. There's no other way to put it. And it pains me to say that because I despise Disney Lucasfilm, but I don't know how, but they pulled it off with that.
Sure.
But as for the Doomsday trailer, I'm just being honest about it. I have like zero desire to even watch the movie. Like, I know it's just a cameo nostalgia fest, and I could care less. The way that they've handled things post Endgame, and frankly, I've said for a long time, despite the parts of Endgame that I like, I really think that Endgame was Marvel stumbling across the finish line. Like when you watch those people that do the ultra marathons, and then at the end their knees are all wobbly and they're barely able to like get across, unless some of them have to like get down and like commando crawl across the finish line to finish those ultra marathons. I feel like that's what Endgame was. They barely made it across. I mean, they were already stumbling when it came to stuff like Black Panther and the first, the Captain Marvel movie. And then Endgame comes out, and it had its highs. There were some great parts in it, but it really just it wasn't solid like Infinity War was. And then ever since then, like Marvel's had a couple of good things.
Infinity War.
Yeah, the first part.
Oh.
So
Thanos wins.
And I feel like ever since Endgame, Marvel's just been struggling hard to do anything decent. And and I've said for a long time on this show.
Well, let's run through it.
Okay.
I had a good time with WandaVision.
Initially.
I liked WandaVision.
Initially.
Yeah, initially. Yeah, it didn't end as good as it started, because the I Love Lucy beginning, it was cool, but
yes.
if I throw it all to it's in one package, it was a fun watch. I didn't feel like I was being proselytized to. Let's see what else is in there. Did they do the Agatha one? I didn't even watch the Agatha one.
We didn't watch that one yet.
You forget about this. So the second thing they did was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So the buddy cop one. Lethal Weapon, in superhero Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
I didn't hate that one, but
It was like WandaVision. It started strong and ended crappy.
Steve Rogers needs to be a Cap. So there's that piece of it, and I understand it wasn't horrible. The Hawkeye show wasn't horrible.
It was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, no, those are the things, right? They're underwhelming. They become formulaic with the same like jokes, the same just reruns of the same
I'm trying
stuff.
to figure out how for me, it's like, what are they doing to help progress the overarching story,
yeah.
or where's this gonna lead to? And with WandaVision, it led into, what did it lead into?
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, that's right. So that's where that picked back up again. And then Hawkeye, you got a little bit more of Yelena, because you haven't really seen anything of Kate anymore.
Well, then you got the crippled, deaf, what's her nuts that
Echo.
she got her own show, which they didn't advertise because it was so awful. I didn't watch it, but everybody who talked about it said that it was like the worst thing ever.
I think they put Echo in there only because they weren't sure if they were going to be able to do Daredevil again.
Well, that's a very generous view. I think they did it because she checked all the boxes.
Well, I'm sure. But like the only thing out of Hawkeye is Yelena, because she ends up in Thunderbolts.
Well, there's Hawk Girl too.
She was in the Black Widow movie, which was in my mind, Black Widow was too little, too late. And they really fumbled Taskmaster bad.
But Black Widow was after, or was before Hawkeye, because she was.
It was supposed to go into theaters. It was built to go into theaters, but it only streamed, if I remember correctly, because
Yeah.
Right.
unjustly locked down at that point.
Yeah.
But like when you look at something like She-Hulk, that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, She-Hulk,
Really,
that was brutal.
But it like literally didn't do. At least with something like Hawkeye, there's the potential of doing something with Kate, but Yelena moved on to Thunderbolts, which is now the new Avengers.
I feel like in comics, right? In comics, as your stable of artists and writers grows, and then you have the interest of people actually having comic books as commodities and not just entertainment. Hey Fuzz,
what's up, guy?
so having comic books as as a commodity as well. Besides just being entertainment, they can do things like just releasing random comics, and then the number ones people will want to get them and buy them, and they'll give that first appearance of a character a shot. Whereas, if it's a movie, you don't get to like have a first appearance in your collection of the movie. It's just something that you saw, and it's a different kind of draw. And if people don't have any kind of Superman, Batman, X-Men like buy-in, you start running out of those key components, then it's hard to get people to be excited about fucking Squirrel Girl. And I feel like they were able to squeak some through while it was still romantic, like with Guardians and whatnot. But it would be hard to just try to put through like the stinker that was the Eternals. Like, was the movie horrible? If you dropped the Eternals before you made any Avengers movie, that might have been a hot thing, But drop it in the middle of some fatigue of superheroes, and people are like, I couldn't even tell you the name of any of the Eternals, other than like pick. Okay, fair enough. There's one. Right. So it's tough. It's interesting.
Well,
so how are we doing, Fuzz?
We're good. We're enjoying our plethora of true superheroes on this wall here, right here. These ones you can make movies and stories about all day. And if you notice, it's all Superman.
Uh-huh.
And then Darkwing.
How's that going with James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn?
Hey, I loved it. I loved every second of it, and I can't wait for Man of Steel. Don't bring up Supergirl, okay? Because he had nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Superman needs you. You take you out of Superman, and he becomes Sperm Man.
I'm telling you, dude. Like I literally. So this weekend I did a Thrifter-palooza. I got a booth at Thrifter-palooza, and fucking awesome show. Like I made more money than I did at almost any other Comic-Con. I'll tell you that. And I paid half the price, and no one haggled me for shit. Like I was giving shit away because people were just buying things, and I felt so fucking guilty. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, okay, here, just take this. It's all right. They're like, you sure? I was like, yeah, take it. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it.
Thrifter-palooza, enlighten us.
Thrifter-palooza it was at the Pomona Fairplex, but they're going around all throughout the states, and it's indoors. It's a people bring. It's like an indoor swap meet. You know what I mean? Is what it was.
Is it like compared to Orange County? Because Orange County Fairground has like that area where they have that's air conditioned, and they'll have like the people selling Ginsu knives and shit like that.
But
that area of this place of Pomona?
It's literally that, but they only do it like every 2-3 months, and they'll bring only certain people to come do it. You know what I mean? So we got invited, and so we were like, all right,
who is we now?
It's me, Chauncey's Comics, Panda Comics, and another friend of ours named Izzy who does a lot of selling, and we just combined. We had a booth. We were the only ones pretty much. Ooh, look what I did find though. Mask.
Ooh, Matt Tracker's mobile armored strike command car, huh? I had the diesel truck.
I had.
Do you remember? Here's the thing about our generation, all right? The first time I got a mask thing, I was so pissed because I thought they were going to be G.I. Joe scale. And they were small, and I was like, what the fuck kind of ripoff is this?
These are dinky ass fucking figures,
cool,
dude. But I was stoked. They gave me
lead the mission.
They got me 3 vehicles filled with figures for $25. So I was like, hell yeah, dude, it's a good deal. But like what I noticed, and so do you guys remember Big Red?
Yes.
So Big Red's kid shows up in my booth, has no recollection of who I am, okay, and begins to,
Are you sure he doesn't?
oh, I'm positive, because he fucking looked at me and he was like, oh, I sell comic books.
It drives crazy. It drives me crazy that people that if I can look at you and I can remember you, that you can't look at me and remember me. Like I feel like you're lying if you can't.
I agree with you because I'm a stoner and I forget shit. You know what I mean? Like I forget shit all the time, dude. Like, so if I know you, I'm like, I've had to have a lot of like conversations with you. You know what I mean? So where I remember you. Like that's how I remember you is because I've done business or talked with you a lot. So I've dealt with him many times. And he's in there and he's looking through my books and he's kind of like taking them out and like critiquing them. He's like, "So you doing Long Beach?" And I said, "Nah, probably not." And he's like, "Why?" And I go, "Well, why would I pay $700 or whatever the hell the ticket price is, where this place I paid half that, and there's more people in here
And you got the
buying
only
things."
comic booth, right?
Exactly. I was the only comic booth, and I literally blew out. Like, if you saw my boxes
For
right now,
comic
they're
people, you're the hot chick, right? And you
exactly,
only have to be a 6, right?
exactly.
You only
Dude,
have to be a 6.
I was a 3. Don't lie, dude. But still, dude, like you
No,
know what
but
I mean.
seriously
Like,
though, if you're at Comic Con, if you go to San Diego Comic Con, you got to be at LA 10 if you're going to pull people into your booth, bro.
110%, and you have
Yeah,
to be the cheapest. You have to be the cheapest.
sure.
That's the other problem is you got to be the cheapest. And what's the point? Why am I going to fight everyone for it? And so, like, we were kind of talking about that, and he just looks at me and he goes, "Well, next year I'll be here." And I'm like, "Good. I'm glad. I hope you do come." You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind. I don't fear that, but it just proves my point that I can go to
Didn't they get
any.
their store stolen by System of a Down?
Yep. Yep. That's why I was laughing. Like the way he was condescending to me. You know what I mean? Like he was higher than me. He knew more than me. And that's when I don't like people. I go, okay, fuck you. I didn't even get I'm telling you, I gave everyone discounts except him. I said, no, it's $20, dude. Sorry. Like I don't dig that. Like, and that's the beauty of, again, like Liz said last time, it's the beauty of being my own boss. I could tell you to go fuck yourself if I don't like if I don't like the
That's
thing.
what I've always liked about what you do when you're selling in your shows, and also Nando, because he's there, he's a salesman, and there's like a level of snobbery that goes on with some of those people doing that buying that selling, and it's just kind of like they aren't really there to sell their comics. They're there because they were comic collectors who collected so many fucking comics that they don't know what to do with them anymore. So they go there to more to so to overprice their shit and to show off what they have amongst these people in this scene of these guys who they know. Elvine,
Mhm.
I'm on Whatnot. I'm on Whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm on Whatnot. Like what the fuck? So like everybody's on
Yeah.
Whatnot. Like
Exactly. Like I've said that, I'm on Whatnot. I literally like, and that was
yeah,
the other
but
thing. I
you've been
remember.
on Whatnot since you could make money on Whatnot.
Yeah, no, I've been doing it since the beginning. And like I but like I remember one time they did one of those Whatnot meetups where like all the sellers get together and shit. And this was the time I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth of a lot of the sellers, was
Sure.
when we were sitting around and it was in Vegas. It was at Vegas Con and we were all outside and we were all smoking and
Wasn't that
we're
Nerdy Girl or some shit?
Nerdy Girl was there. Everyone was there, like in this little like cluster, and we're all talking. And everyone kept saying was going, "I got 25,000 subscribers, or blah blah blah. I have this many." And they got to me, and I was like, I got about like 8,000. And they're like, "Just 8,000?" And I said, "Yeah." I go, "I don't do giveaways and make people join me that way. Because if I did that, I'd probably beat all of you." I go, "But I don't. I literally, these are people who subscribed to me because they liked me and they liked what we did, or like that to me is more important than the hype of I have 10, because how many of those guys are still selling on there? Not a lot of them. Like a
Right.
lot of
No, I
them
mean,
fell
who's
off.
even? Yeah, I don't even know who was. Like, I bought stuff from J Bros on
Mhm.
there.
But
I
those are
bought
our
stuff from
friends.
you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jimmy's hooked me
that's
up
what I mean.
a ridiculous amount of times.
I got to
So,
see him. I got to see him last weekend. Last week, me and my wife went to eat at this. Remember where the Claim Jumpers was in Frankensons? by
Sure.
Benihana's.
Sure.
They turned that into this all-you-can-eat buffet that was nominated to be like the best buffet in all the world, like or some
Okay.
shit like that. So me and the wife were like, "All right, let's go check it out." So we went, and it was good. It was hella good. Like really, I don't know about the best, but hella good.
Was it
And
like
but
Asia buffet or just buffet
yeah,
buffet?
Asian buffet. But
Okay.
they said the weekend is way better than the weekday, and we went on a Wednesday.
You gotta watch
So
out on the Asian buffets too, because they'll like overdose their stuff with MSG,
oh,
so
I
where you'll
felt
start
high as
getting
shit.
ill.
I
Yeah,
I, I
yeah.
felt
Your
high as
hands
shit
will
when I
get
walked
swollen
out.
and shit.
I didn't. It tasted good though. It tasted good. So I was like, let's walk some of this off and we'll go to Frankenstein's. And she's like, all right. So we went
Sure.
and I made a beeline to Jimmy, got to say hi to him and fucking, say what's up. And
And he
do I
was
have it
there?
here? Oh yeah, he was there. And look at he's
Jimmy
like, I
did.
haven't seen I haven't seen you in a while. And I guess this is like the hot book right now. One of the hot books is the absolute Batman first appearance of Two-Face. And he literally see what I love about him is he's a legit salesman. He don't punk you into liking something. He will sell you on liking something. And he sold me. How many times have I been on here and told you I don't want to read it? And what did he do? He sold me on this issue and I bought it. That's a
Sure.
good salesman. And that's why he's still in business, dude. So
Sure. And he's always operated with integrity. He really tries not to piss off the talent or anything.
yeah.
Anybody who's come and done things for him at his conventions, like Vegas Con, you want to talk about access to the people
Mhm.
who are doing that stuff. Like I remember the last time I went to Vegas Con, it was a while ago. I only went one time, but I took Miles, and that was when he was up. We were at the con during the daytime, and upstairs he was upstairs watching horror movies in the room by himself. He watched Nightmare on Elm Street and The Shining, and he was like, he had a hankering to go out into the hallway and see if he knew where I was, but then he thought he saw the little twins in the hallway, and he was like, went back in the room. He was a little buddy at this time, but it was like, I think that was where I became friends with like Dan Frega, and I hung out with like Peter Mayhew talking about Chewbacca, and the panels. Like you could touch Stan Lee at the panel. Like
Mhm.
it was all so super intimate. He always throws Jimmy. He throws the best shows. You can't
I,
But
can't say
I,
anything about it.
I have one experience with Jimmy, and that's when he helped us out once, not Ray's, but Fats. With
Sure.
we got screwed on a shipment for a signing, and he's like, "Here, take it all, and we'll settle it up after the fact." Like, you know,
it's cool.
he wanted us to be able to succeed at that signing and all that stuff, and he was really cool about it. And he's like, "Just take it. Here, I have it. Take it. Settle up. We'll figure it out," kind of thing. So
Yeah,
So
these
John's saying,
absolute.
is there something going on with them getting price gougers on the Absolute Batman covers?
Yeah, so there's a thing going around where DC is gonna start busting sellers or busting retailers and stuff if they're jacking up the prices too much. But I'm like I
what's
appreciate that's the thing. What's too much? The second thing is what's gonna stop us? Okay, I don't, my store won't fucking sell that, but I'll give it to my friend and have him do it on Whatnot. So who's gonna get busted? I mean, the idea is cool. I get why they're doing it and they're trying it, but it's not gonna work. Like there's ways around it.
If they want to survive, it's really simple. Get a book for kids. Get a whole line of books for kids and cut the price in half.
So I coach after school, and as we learned during radioactive curry, teach physics, and and the I give so I have a backpack. In my backpack, I have comics, I have candy, I have Pokemon cards, One Piece cards. I have all kinds of little goodies that I
Sure.
call like my reward bag. Right, the kid does real good. Hey man, what do you want? I a majority of them want cards. They don't want to look at the comics. They just don't want to. They want to look at them. But there are a few that like, Coach, you got another comic? And I'm like, yeah, man. I got one kid, dude. There's one kid drew awesomely, like just amazing, like some of the most amazing drawings. I was like, dang, man, you drew that? And he's like, yeah. And he would give. I think I got some somewhere. Like I kept two of them where I was like, this is awesome. But he would always ask me about comics, and like when they did the Super or Batman Deadpool, crossover, he came into
Sure.
class and he goes, Coach, did you happen to get this one? And I said, no, I go, I didn't buy it. And he's like, if you can, he's like, do you think you could find it for me? And I was like, yeah, I can get it, dude. Like he literally came in wanting a certain book. You know what I mean? Like he was following it. So they're there, the kids are there that want to read this stuff, but like you're saying, it's got to be something that entertains them. And I like my kids, the only thing they'll barely read is anime, like our manga or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all they'll
Yeah,
read.
my daughter, they don't care for the other stuff. You know what it is? It's because the manga, much like the Radioactive Curry movies, the manga stuff, it's just straightforward, boys and girls and good guys and bad guys. And it doesn't have all that proselytizing and like turning Iceman gay and all the unnecessary tropes that they're trying to inject into the comics and the English ones. Like I picked up, I'm an X-Men fan, and there was a point where I don't know what they're doing now, but that previous one, the House and the House of X and those ones,
Yeah.
When Wolverine and Cyclops were running chains on Jean Grey, running trains on Jean Grey, I was just like, this isn't like I just rebuked this. Like Luke Skywalker wouldn't try to kill his nephew. Han Solo isn't a deadbeat. Iceman's not gay. I rebuke what you're trying to say. Like, this is, you stole somebody's story with the intention of trying to piss me off on purpose, and I rebuke it. No, it's not real.
He held up the Bible and threw the holy water and said, I repent, you
Yep.
son of a bitch. I mean, look, dude, like
most recent
Like
comics I've read is the Epic collections that Marvel's done. I went back and I just started reading all the old school Captain America, all the old school Moon Knight. You know what I mean? It starts with issue 1 and then they take it through, and those are just, they're so good.
So this is Fuzzy's pile to read. These are ones that I have bought and I have wanted to read for me. Okay.
I
Now,
used to pull that in a week and read the whole thing.
dude, so did I. I used to do it all the time, but it's gotten so, I feel like it's not fun anymore. So I'm trying to wait. Like I'm going on vacation this weekend with my wife, and we're just gonna be chilling all weekend. You know what I mean? This is my reading material. And so like I'm gonna go pick up a couple more and then just sit down and try to get back into it. You know what I mean? But like this one, like look, tell me you don't want to read this just because of the title, right? Days of Hate. What the fuck is the hate of and this shit? Like I gotta find
it's
out.
like, that's written for Josh. It's red and everything.
Here is a mashup that I didn't think we needed, but I think I need to read it. Archie and Army of Darkness. Okay, dude. What? That is metal as shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that is dope as hell. Okay.
Archie of Darkness.
There you go. Archie of Darkness.
I like the crossover.
Dude, Evil Dead?
crossover.
Oh my god.
Did you ever read
Oh
that?
man. You want to see a fucking horror movie? Go watch Evil Dead. We went
This weekend.
I woke up, I saw it on a Friday. I woke up at 3:30 a.m., worked the whole day, came home, pulled weeds, and we went to see the movie at 11 p.m. at night. So so I was figuring, I really want to see this movie. I might be tired. I might be falling asleep in it. because I'm going over 20 hours of being awake on a rough. I had 14,000 steps. I had walked 7 miles. Like I had done some shit that day. The whole day of work plus a day of the garden of pulling weeds. You know, pulling weeds, what that'll do to you when you're in your 50s. Oh my God. So I'm pulling weeds and we go to the movie and my wife and I, we get out of the movie and both she and I have like claw marks in each other's arms because we're like fucking holding on to each other the whole time. And just like, oh my God, let go of her. And my hands are cramped like this. Like I have to like grab them and flex them out of the grip position. Like just the right amount, a good story, the right, it holds true, intellectually honest, nothing like if they're, if you're understanding the premise that demonic possessions happen and you know, if you could suspend your disbelief for that portion of it, it all falls within in a way that makes sense. And it's of course produced by Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell gets a producer's credit in it. But outside of that, it's not campy at all, which I'm sure some people are like, oh no, it needs to be campy. The shit is fucking scary. The direction is ridiculously good. The effects, I've never seen more realistic gore my entire life. Like if you would have took away half of how impressed I was with this movie, it would still be better than it was. Just like, oh my God, it's like they took the standard and they kicked it in the nuts and threw it downstairs. Ridiculous. Oh my God, so good, so good. And I don't know if you got to see the first remake one where they had the redheaded mom with the creepy smile.
Yeah.
They found her male equivalent. The dad in this one, he's the male equivalent. So good, so scary. Oh man. And then funny. There's a character in there. They got a grandma in there who's got Alzheimer's, dementia going on. So she's just, there's all this demon shit happening, and she's just like popping off in a way where she should. Is Stevie home from school yet? It's just like in the middle of The Exorcist, an old lady just having dementia. It's fucking oh man, what a
No,
movie.
I gotta see it. I want to see it, dude. But what were you saying, Liz, about the crossover in Archie?
Archie Predator crossover.
What?
I didn't read that.
The Archie Predator crossovers, I think that there's 2 of them. They're fun. They're super fun. One's like
I have it. I just never read it.
The first one they go to, like they're all on vacation on an island, and that just happens to be the Predator happens to be around. And then I think he falls in love with one of the girls, and he follows them back to Riverdale, and that's the second one. And then he starts hunting people that are being mean to one of the girls. I can't remember which girl that he's falling in love with. And yeah, and then something happens with Archie, and oh my God, it's friggin' so good.
At Thriftpalooza this weekend, they had this girl. She had to have been maybe, I don't know, maybe 18. I'm gonna say like maybe be more like 17, right? And she's digging through the books, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Do you have any Archie books?" And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, "No." I go, "I got a couple, you know." And then, but I told her about like the afterlife of Archie, and you know, she bought them, and I sold her on them. You know, she bought them all up, and then she was explaining to me how she kind of started getting into it, and then I kind of laughed and I was like, you know, I go, it's hard to find people that are into Archie. I go, I'm not even into Archie like at all. But if they do like this, you know what I mean, where it's like something I like with it, I go, oh, okay, let's find out. Like they did a Jay and Silent Bob with Archie, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go find that and fucking
They've
read
done
that.
a lot of crossovers like that, but I like the Archie horror stuff. The Jughead, the Hunger,
Yes, and that's what I was telling her. The afterlife.
Vampironica was good. The Afterlife with Archie was good. Even, you know, it was Blossoms. was good. That's, Cherry and her brother, that one. It's a little known
Yeah.
character and stuff. And they didn't weave it into a whole world yet, because the afterlife of Archie doesn't have anything to do with Jughead the Hunger. Doesn't have any. The only two that have like crossed over is Jughead the Hunger and Vampironica, because they did a
Yeah.
crossover with those two, and it's fun. It's not, again, it's not like pretend. You know what I mean? It's a fun little read. It's silly to see, because they still do it. At least Afterlife with Archie and the Archie Predator, they still use the Archie style of art, but with the
Mhm.
violence of the Predator. You know what I mean? Like it's just funny that way. It's kind of fun how they do that. Now with the Hunger and Vampironica and the rest of those ones, they used whoever the artist was at the time, but especially when they do the Archie Predator, you're reading an
Uh-oh.
Archie comic, and then you just see blood and gore, and you're like, oh shit.
I don't know. Fuck that. I don't like that scene. Stop talking about that shit. I've tried to block that shit out of my head
Dude,
for a
man, the
long
Evil
time.
Dead, man. They say they
That fucked me up, dude. I literally was just watching it the other day again, and I went, "Oh God, I forgot about that. I forgot about that." I was like, "I don't like that. I
Yeah,
hate
I
that
only
scene."
watched that movie. I only watched the first one the one time. Usually, when I like a horror movie, I watch it more times. One was enough. Like one, well, it
No,
was
in the
man. That
trailer,
movie was done. I needed to eat ice cream afterwards or something because
after the trailer, because I was on the fence about this one, but when in the trailer when they showed him fall onto the dishwasher with all the knives and shit, and she jumped on top of him, and she says, "I was your first, and now I'm gonna be your last." I was like, "Oh, I'm seeing this shit. I'm seeing this. This is right up my alley. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready." But look what else. Look what else. Look what else. Look what else. DC versus AEW crossover. Got to read that.
oh,
Who
haha.
ever thought? Whoever thought that Creed 3 or Creed 4 would become a comic book? Creed, the comic book, dude. Gotta read that. Gotta read that. Then I found out when I went there, they have a new Lobo. So I had to get that. See how bad they screwed that up. And still haven't read Spider-Man and Superman. I have to read that. Finally got my hands on 1,000th printing of Dork so I can see what everyone's losing their mind about.
I think these guys' battery is about to die, Fuzz.
Oh man. All right, dude.
But we'll be good. We'll be good. I'm
Yeah,
sure they
yeah.
can
You guys
probably.
continue without us.
We'll chime in.
So this one, dude, is the one that everyone's been talking about. So this is the underground hit right now everyone's learning about. Corpse Night.
Is that
And
coming out of
it's
Image?
yeah, it's an image book. But people were saying that it was fucking amazing. So I got 1 and 2 to check it out. And I always
Who's
gotta
who's
have
behind that Corpse
Superman.
Night?
So I got Superman Unlimited. They have a new Toxie.
Who's the
And then
creative
this
team behind
one's
Corpse Night?
shooting up in value like crazy. And I still haven't read it. But it's supposed to be good. And then Superman, the Krypton, this one was good. I already read that, but I'm gonna read it again. But every book I just showed you is the newest one is maybe 3 months old. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
when me and you, Nate, and all of us were hanging out, we were grabbing books every week. You know what I mean? Eating them up. Even though they weren't the best, we were still eating them up.
Sure.
And now it's like again, it's a job.
Yeah, even
I
when
don't really care to
Comic
read
Cave, when
anymore.
we were able to pull that partnership with Comic Cave out,
I can't hear you.
that was. You can't hear me?
I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't
Oh,
hear
that's
you.
a bummer. How's that? No, 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 nothing. Hello. How's that?
Can you guys hear him?
Oh, looks like he hears.
He says they can hear you.
He hears both
You hear
of us.
both of us? Shit. Well, let me see. Maybe I'm doing something. Uh,
So you could hear me earlier, right?
Let me get out and come back in. Give me 5 minutes.
All right, man. Something about StreamYard. The last 2 times, I've been having issues going in and out with it. So we'll see what happens. I'll try to get Fuzzy back in here in a minute. In the meantime, the new Evil Dead movie, was it Evil Dead Burn? So gnarly. So gnarly. Like, go watch it with somebody. Hold hands. Because it's a treat. It's a treat. Speaking of treats, caramel natural flavored rice snacks. A lot of these times, these things taste like cardboard. Yeah, it says we're both coming through sound-wise, but but he can't hear me, we can't talk to each other.
There we go. I can
All right,
hear you now.
you got me?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right, cool. Something about them leaving
Oh,
made us
They
get
took-
taken apart.
they took the link together and just took it out.
Sure. Yeah, it seems like this time around we've been having more issues with StreamYard than we had in the last one. So, I could dig into it a little bit. I still got to do a bunch of editing for the Curry and the other shows.
And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you do that because they are fun and you get to see me speak the truth about physics and where people get how they learn kung fu and stuff. Dude, you get to be taught from Professor Fuzzy.
For the pro Fuzzy.
The Profuzzy. When I go, if you see me, if you ever come on and my glasses are on, you know the professor's in session. But when they're off, it's party time.
Yeah, Josh finds my rice snacks funny.
Why did you find it funny?
Probably because it's rice.
Well, I fell down the kids that I coach and take care of and all that stuff after school. They got me hooked on seaweed chips. So they're always eating them, and I'm always like, I go, is that good? And the kid gave me one, and I was like, oh dang, it's pretty good.
The
Kid-
K-pop kids and their seaweed chips.
Oh yeah, they've been handing them to me like crazy. They're all, Coach, you want some of these? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, I'll have some. They'll literally have like a little plate, and they'll just fill it up, and I'll just be sitting there talking to them. Yeah, what's up?
How's that going?
It's all right, dude. I like it. Like, I don't know how much longer I could do it, but like, I like it. Like, to me, I like volunteering as much as it's
Sure.
cool getting paid to do, the volunteer work. It's a job now, and I don't like that. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I just like coming in, you know, teaching the kids, having fun, and then getting out. I don't want to sit there all day.
What's crazy is, like, I remember when Miles was playing Little League, and I got him the $500 bat and got all the bells, all the whistles, and like watching videos. I had to umpire. I never fucking umpired. Like, I didn't do none of that stuff. And the thing is that my son, Miles was like on the cusp. So he wasn't like, all the best kids are always going to play all the time. All the best kids are going to play all the time. But he wasn't one of the worst kids. But it was like every year, even when the kids were like 10, 11, 12 years old, there would be some kid that would join the team who had never played before.
Right.
And it was like, it's great. On the one hand, it's like, oh, it's good. You guys want to have your kid go play baseball and he can have an experience and da-da-da-da-da. And there's also the other hand, which is that we've been playing since kindergarten, T-ball, and you brought your kid in. Your kid sucks, but he has to play. And because my kid's not in the top 5, he's taking time from my kid. And my kid's not going to get better because you don't get better unless you play. But he can't play because these one-off kids come in every season and they hog some of the playing time from him So it's kind of like, man. And then
Why?
right when we worked, and I spent money, and we did met hitting coaches, and once he got good enough to break into the top to the top part, I don't want to play baseball no more. So it's like, oh, so what about all my friends who we've been doing this for 10 years and the other coaches and other kids? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to tell you. I'm not playing baseball anymore. So it's like, all right, well, there goes like 10 years of my social circle and fucking like you owe me like 10 grand, dude. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I feel it. Like I like that's it. That you kind of hit on what my problem is with my job, and again, the I'm not trying to bash the place or anything because they deal with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like the coaches that I work with and stuff deal with a lot of stuff, a lot of kids that need the attention and stuff like that. So I don't hold it. But the problem with it is I have a problem with a lot of things is that a blanket statement, right? Like it's a blanket, answer to whatever the problem is. And so like we have kids that aren't athletic, like just like you're saying, you know what I mean? They are not athletic and they have no inkling to do it. Like they're there because they have to be there. And my job as a coach is to kind of make them want to, of course, but I'm not going to force them. Like I always tell the kids, I go, listen to me, dude. If you don't want to play soccer, I get it, but I need you for the team. You know what I mean? I need it to be an even team. So I'm always like, just come over here, play a little bit with us, and then a
Yeah,
little
when they
bit
have
we'll
one of
go
those
do.
free kicks, the kids who don't like to play it, you can just have them all stand in front and get the ball off their face.
I literally put them by the goal. I say, just stay by the goal. If the ball comes, we got to stop the ball. You try to make it to where everyone can play, but then again, like I was saying earlier about the kid that can draw, I would like to coach him in doing that. You know what I mean? Like that's because
Sure.
he has a talent. And I said, and I would tell him, I go, look, dude, like I started showing him sketches that we have gotten from shows.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
look, look at this, dude. I go, you see this? You know how much this cost me? $250. You did this, something like this, literally right now for free for me. Someone charged $250 for this.
You can hook them up with like some of those crowds because I remember when my daughter was into art and I took her to some drink and draws
Mhm,
with Dan Fraga's crew before
mhm.
he moved to Georgia, and that was cool. It was cool to be around people, get to know what they think about, have them pick it apart. This is what's good about it. This is what needs work. That whole piece. I just worry about art as a medium with AI coming through and whatnot. Even like, like some of the stuff that they're selling as pages now, it's just rough sketches that then they go and scan and they
Yeah.
do it all digital. And it's just like, doesn't that I maybe you could do shit quicker digitally and therefore make more money because you're cranking out pages, but isn't part of being a comic book artist having the pages to sell after you've already got your money from making that work?
Yeah, that and I mean the other thing is that once you start doing everything AI, it all looks the same. So what the fuck's the point? Like how many times would we sit there and wax it? It'd be me, you,
Yeah, I
Sanchez,
mean, there's a
fucking
there's a
James.
look of it. They all look
Yeah,
like all the AI shit looks like fucking Scott Snyder was the artist and shit.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
all
Like,
got that sepia tone
and
shit going
like,
on with it. Yeah,
but like, I mean, as much as I give Sanchez, or Havoc fucking shit, he has a taste in his 90s look. You know what I mean? Like he likes this look. And then you get into the ones I like, don't look anything like that. But that's the beauty of it. They're the same characters, so, different stories, and the fucking art is different. And then you can be like, oh, my art, I like this guy's art better than this guy's art. If it's all the same, it defeats the purpose of getting it in a comic book. You know what I mean? You like the art, you like the stories, you like everything about it. So,
and there isn't a lot of well, I don't know. I've been out of the game for a little while to be honest, but I know that like they've got cover artists that do different things that people are after, but the stuff inside of the books, it doesn't look like. I remember when Sanchez love for terrible art legendary.
100%, dude. Like, yeah,
I
like
remember when
Sanchez.
there would be a new style in the book. there would be like Bart Sears.
Mhm.
You know, he had a thing, and then like Joe Mad had a thing, and there was, and that was still a piece, but ultimately for me it was always the writing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was it. Like the art,
I'm with you. Yeah.
the art. You gotta. It can't be bad, but if it's not great, good writing will keep me there.
Yes. Yes. 110%. Same thing with a movie. Like I say that all the time about movies. If the movie can, I mean, Clerks, if you broke Clerks down into a what it looked like kind of movie, it looks like shit. You know what I mean? It's a black and white movie that stands still. It doesn't do anything, but the jokes are awesome. It's a good fucking story. You know what I mean? Like there's all these things that work for it that outweigh the bad things about it. So like you give me a
Yeah,
good
John says
book.
lots of Alan Moore books are like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Even Dark Knight was it? What was the second Dark Knight? Dark Knight. It's not Dark Knight.
Returns.
Not the one that looks like he had a stroke halfway through making the book. Like it's all the art's a certain way, and then halfway through the book, it just gets all
Oh,
fucking chaotic. You know which one I'm talking about?
yeah.
Like I hate that art, but the book's cool. Like I like the story. You know what I mean? Like it's dope. But like half, I remember reading it. I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? Like what is this, dude? But then I'll look at Jock's work and I love everything that guy does. Like, I love
Good writing
Jock.
saves a film. Michael Bay, hardest hit.
Yeah, that's right.
Michael Bay.
Don't mess with Michael Bay. I'll fight you to the death about Michael Bay. He's the greatest
You don't
director
like
out.
the Indian Michael Bay interpreters?
No, I don't like the Steelers. Okay, what does that on? My glasses on. Just
Does
finished.
he just finished listening to Rob Liefeld pod? These artists are not getting paid a lot of money for the comic they make in conventions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're doing all
Yeah,
your stuff digital, you can't get you can't get those page sales. And then there are, because the world is open and people can just fax in pages, there's lots of artists that are living in like third world countries that they can just super underbid and put out, pretty comparable work, to be honest.
and
I
it's
don't
sad.
necessarily.
It's sad. It is sad to me that that's the way the world is. But I mean, it's the same thing even with writing. Like I used to get paid, but it's part of the reason why I don't do it no more. It has nothing to do with like the love. Like I love it. You know what I mean? Like I'm still writing stuff. You know what I mean? But it's because I like it. It has nothing to do with like. I mean, I know if anybody
Sure,
buys it, I'm gonna get
that's why
nothing
we're
for it.
talking right here.
Yeah. Well, no. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
even if I
costs
would.
me. we're doing
Exactly. No.
we're doing all
Exactly.
these movie reviews and stuff. Like, it costs me money. But I thought about that too. It was like, man, if I get a little bit of energy, I can put more into this or whatever and make it more refined. But ultimately, my thing was that eventually the ancestors, my kids, and all of those things. This is actually a digital. They can actually see their ancestor right here
Right.
and have a
Exactly.
whole like life vlog of my great grandfather from the times when they first created the
YouTube.
ability to record, or a YouTube thing they had. Before it was holograms. It's old school then, but at least they can see what they're. I would love to see if you could like watch a video of great granddad Kochasak, or Spelts on the Kochasak one. He would be like some kind of a kung fu warrior on the Asian side. Well, there's two Asians, right? There's kung fu warrior Asian, or there's like farm Asian. I like to think that my ancestors would be the kung fu
I was about
warrior
to say yours
Asian.
is kung fu. Kung fu. Don't lie. Don't lie. We know it deep down inside because you like that Indian movie, so it fired up some kung fu, in you. So you you were like, oh,
And then, but on the white side, like if I saw like 4 generations back ancestor at a saloon in the West, talking about the dregs of digging porta potties or whatever the fuck they had happen to them, I'd be interested in hearing it. You know what I mean? So maybe not all of it, but it'd be a good window into your ancestors. So at least this is like a time capsule, if you will.
Yeah, and it to me also it's like it also like okay, so when you go to work now, you have your work friends that you talk to about shit and stuff like that, but there's things that bug you or you want to talk about, and you go on here and you get to talk about it, and then people chime in, and sometimes you say something that maybe they were feeling but they didn't know how to say it or whatever, and it helps them do it. And I do that with people. I
That's
like
true.
doing that. Like
The
that's
ancestors, Jaded says their ancestors weren't stupid or evil. I mean,
we don't
most of the
think.
well, yeah, that's true. Like most the stupid or the evil ones, they get. You think about like the dregs of society, like people living on Skid Row. I'm sure there's lots of hard times, and I'm sure the drugs weren't as good in the olden days. There's like alcohol or whatever that people had, but the crazies, like I don't feel like the ancestors had too much patience for. There wasn't going to be. You're not going to get taxed as a productive member of society to carry the ones who aren't producing at the bottom. Those
I
days, like
think.
you worked so you could eat, and then you got to live, and the people who didn't work and didn't eat didn't live. Like it worked itself. It worked itself out pretty quickly.
Well, but see, like again though, like I think what started out as a good idea just got morphed into a bad one. Like that's all it is. Like that's the problem. I think people lose sight of what was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Like the idea of Social Security, right? Like that's a good idea because when we get to a certain age, we can't do as much work as we used to and stuff. And but now it's being used in ways that we shouldn't be used. You know what I mean? And then we got to be honest with ourselves. We probably won't ever have a social security check come to us. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah,
honest to
and we'll
God
have
truth.
we'll have paid into it our entire
Yeah,
lives,
I've been paying
which is
into it since
rough.
I've been paying into it since I was 15 years old. So I should have like the day they tell me I don't have enough, I'm gonna get pissed. I'm gonna be like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like, how long was I supposed to come out the womb and just start working? Like, what the fuck? Like, like so. I
That's
get,
part of
but
my like. I've been working since I was 14, dude. At 51 now,
yeah,
it's been a long. I've been paying into that stuff for ages. But the good news is that we have known for a while, and I got 4 kids, so that's 4 insurance plans. 4 people, and I've been good to all of them. So at least one of them will hang out and keep old man fed.
I ain't worried about him. I got one that's gonna become the WWE champion. So fucking, we're gonna be living the high life
And
there,
those
and then
those
the other.
guys are set for life once they're the WWE
Exactly,
champion, right? They get
exactly.
millions. They live long, productive lives.
Their bodies don't hurt. They just the belt cures them of all their pain. Like
It's magical. It's magical.
exactly.
It's
It's
like
like
a Indian thumb.
or, or a Green Lantern's ring or something,
Oh,
dude.
there you
That'll
go.
fucking cure 'em. You know what I mean? Like fuck. Like I don't know. And then I I've been lucky enough to and have knowledge enough to plan, like you said, for things. So I'm not worried too much about it, but I do worry about other people. Like I do. It sucks. You know what I mean? Like I've sat people down and explained to them what to do, and I know it's hard to hear people fucking listen to, especially me. You know what I mean? The silliest motherfucker in the world. Like you're just like, what does this guy know? But I mean, I do know some things, and I try to let people know about it. But it's everyone does what they got to do, and it's you every path we take. I saying that has been in my family for years is every mistake you make is a step towards greatness. And as long as you learn from that mistake and you keep going, I've fucked up many times. I could give you laundry lists of fucking times that Fuzzy has fucked up, but I also have a grocery list of times that I've succeeded because I've learned from that laundry list. You know what I mean? Like it's still this outweighs the good. I'm not saying that it's any different,
Nothing
but
makes you learn like pain. Nothing
exactly.
makes you learn like pain.
And that right there is why people don't. I tell my boys that all the time. I say, listen, buddy, I go, I can tell you till my face is blue that fire is going to burn you. but you're not going to believe me until you touch that fire and it burns your fucking hand. And then you go, oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you
don't
think
want
you
that.
know what a burn feels like
Hmm.
until you get burnt. And you're like, I know that a burn hurts because you said words that, and I know what pain is, but man, burns,
Yeah,
burns
no,
hurt.
and they sting and they stay for a while. You know what I mean? You will remember that. And so now the next time you see fire, you think twice before going, oh shit, I shouldn't touch that. You know what I mean? Like you learn. And what happens is a lot of the times now is like, and I love my wife. I love my wife to death, and she very much is, a great
Jaded.
mother.
Nothing works like pain. Bring back flogging. Okay.
I'm not trying to go that far, but I'm
Right.
just saying, like my wife was my son starting to drive, and she was like, we got to do this schooling, and I just looked at her and I went, "How did you learn to drive?" She's like, "I stole my parents' car." I said, "Same with me." You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
Me
saying
too.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I want my kid to steal my car and go out and do it. So I just go, look, dude, we just give him
We've
the
been
key.
talking about that, like adjacent to that with the bikes, because we're like, uh, would it be cool if our kids came out mountain biking with us? And my buddy's got his kids; they ride. They're little, and I'm having a hard time getting any of my kids to want to do like things like that. And I'm just thinking back, like my dad didn't teach me how to. My parents didn't teach me how to ride a bike. They didn't teach me how to
Mm-mm.
throw a ball. They didn't teach me how to skateboard. The kids in the neighborhood were doing all that stuff, and you just wanted to do that stuff too.
So you
Like,
did it,
so you did it. You like
and you
figured it out and
fell.
did it. And
You
you fell
fell a
and you got
lot.
hurt, and you fell a lot, and you got hurt a lot. But you also like you learned that nothing is like the only things that are worth doing are the things that'll fuck you up if you don't do them right. They're
Mhm.
like the most fun you're gonna have. It's like sex is awesome, but you can get AIDS.
Mhm.
But or you can make a baby. Like there's so like anything worth doing has consequence to it.
No, no, yeah, like even, but it's not just even that. It's
Josh,
the
all
joy.
Gen Xers learn to drive by stealing their parents' car.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I learned in a Lotus, dude. That was the best. Fucking trying to stick shift that bitch too was a motherfucker. But, but like you, maybe the problem I think the two is like when we get my wife wants to baby my kids, which is why I love my wife. I know my kids are gonna have the best mom in the world because she's gonna take care of them and stuff. But I have to get on her sometimes and be like, "Look, man, he has to fall. Like he has to fall. We're there to
Well, that's
yank him
why
up
you
as
got.
soon
That's
as
why. That's why the people who don't have dads are fucked up.
I mean
Because
I
like, have you seen like the you? I know you watch some of the cop body cam shit. It's the best stuff on YouTube right now. And there's totally when you get these kids get pulled over of a certain age, and there's a cop speaking to them with like an armed authority cop is then they're just like, I'm not gonna do it, and then they scream, and it's just like, holy shit, you're acting like a toddler getting his like granola bar taken away. It's just like, oh my god, like you don't understand.
yeah.
And they're gonna tase the shit out of you and beat the shit out of you. And not only that, but I'm pissed that the cops are not tasing him fast enough. Like,
Well, I'm like they, and that comes with like even like with the kids I coach, some of the shit they say to me, I just kind of look at them and I go, I go, listen, buddy. I go, coach is fun, coach. You can talk to me about anything and stuff like that. I go, but there's still got to be a respect. Like there's got to be this little, like you could joke with me and like do all this stuff. I go, but when it's time to do stuff, we got to stop and we got to do it. And like that's the way it is. And I have kids that don't, they don't know that line, and so I have to punish them. And they get really butt hurt and I've had people tell me like, no one does that to the kids. I'm like, well, you guys should. And it's not like I beat the kid or anything like that, but I just don't let him do what he's supposed. Like if everyone's over here doing the drawings and this kid's acting up, cool. Give me your stuff. Go sit over there. Read a book. Do something. I'm like, I'm not. You can't do this. And then they're like, why are you doing? That? I'm like, because he's not behaving. Once he behaves, I'll bring him over here. And then and then you got at the same time, if I see a kid that has some autism like that Leroy Brown or like whatever, you know, the we I'm more lenient with them, because I get it, they can't control it. Like I understand that. But also I'm stern with them too. There's if I give the other kid one, I'll give him five. But at that fifth one, I'm like, dude, you're the same as him. Go sit over there. Like if you're not gonna listen, you got to do it. I understand you got something wrong, but you still got to learn. I think I'm autistic. Fucking, but my dad, I
In some
think,
kind of way.
yeah, like
Yeah,
but
it's rough. It's rough. There's we went to Sam's Club the other day, and we got this new thing where we'll go and we'll get our hot dog combo and our slice of pizza or our we'll do that first. So we're not wandering the store hungry, because that's
right.
the worst thing to do. You start picking up all this shit you don't need when you wander the store hungry.
Yep.
But there was my wife went to go sit, and I stood there to wait for the stuff, so that way we can have a seat held for us. And as I'm standing there, this like kid comes running by me, just like headbutts me in my side, and then runs back and is and I'm like, okay, I think that kid's a little bit special. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I won't even bring my babies to the movies. Like, I got a 5-year-old who just went to her first little kids movie this year because I have a respect for people in the world. Like, if my kid's crying or whatever, I feel like if one of my kids was differently abled, then we would just not go out. If my kid's going to go headbutting people in the line at Sam's Club, I would at least be right there to apologize, because the dad saw it happen, didn't say nothing to me, and I realized that the kid was sped. But man, if I wasn't a God-fearing Christian, like that's the kind of thing that dads get their asses kicked over. You know what I mean? So, God,
Well, like no, it did, and it's a respect thing. My phone might die soon, so I'll make it quick, dude. But
sure.
You're right in that, dude, and I that's the problem with everything. People need to learn to just. That's why I hate Disneyland. I hate Disneyland. I can't go to Disney. I go any other amusement park, but Disneyland, you kiss my ass with that shit. Everyone that goes in there because they paid the money that I paid to get in the motherfucker think they're entitled, and then they hit me with their goddamn strollers, and then they fucking hit me with the balloons, and then they don't say they're sorry. That's all I'm asking. Be like, hey man, I'm sorry, because I get it. We're all squished. Dude, it's fine, but don't keep hitting me with the fucking thing to try to make me move, because I'm gonna turn around and slap the shit out of you, and then I'm gonna go to jail.
And then they always the one who can't take it no more is the one who always gets it.
Is the bad guy.
Yeah, right. The guy who kicks the bully's ass, especially in school and the bullies and whatnot. The kid who finally stands up to the bully is always one that gets in trouble.
Yep.
What percentage you got?
I'm at 8.
Yeah, all right. We get another few in here.
Yeah.
So,
but if it fades out, that's what happened.
Sure. I'm thinking as we're wrapping this up, it was a good day today. I'm thinking there was a horror movie I saw that'll be good for Curry.
Well, okay.
So I'll send the I saw it on Netflix. I'll send the links to you guys.
All right, good. It better be better than that fucking War 2, dude. Jesus Christ. Guys, watch the fucking review.
I feel like it was in the veins of like a fun horror, maybe like the
like the zombie
Squad.
one,
like the Monster Squad.
Cool.
I felt like it was in that vein. Like that's just me watching quick, so I'm gonna dig into it a little bit.
And what are we doing? Good. What are we doing for the late to the party?
That's a good question.
You know what because we couldn't do Beverly Hills Cop.
Sure.
There's another one that's on
The Golden
YouTube.
Child. Is the Golden Child?
No, we did the Golden Child.
We did the Golden Child. Huh?
Yeah.
I want the knife.
I want the knife. please. That's the part the best.
Josh says, "Fuzz,
The-
shut your mouth, Fuzzy. War 2 was dope."
Shut your mouth, dude. You were up here and you just dropped because you gave it such a big review. But what go to watch the review, guys, and then you'll know why Fuzzy's right and physics works. That's why.
Where's it? Is Superman playing somewhere, Josh? Christopher Reeves, late to the party. That would be a good one. Where's it playing
No,
now?
I was gonna tell you guys, let's watch Metro.
Metro?
It's an Eddie Murphy shoot 'em up movie. It's barely a comedy, but it's like a series. It's like a thriller that he's in. It's on YouTube for free, so you can watch it there. And it's under Metro, so you don't have to give it that funny name to find it and stuff. But that's
Sure.
my suggestion. That's my suggestion.
Sure. It's on Netflix right now.
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. This channel
And-
we're
and
watching
you-
right now.
And you can find it with the actual name.
Yep.
You don't
And
have
it's
to
free.
put Eddie Murphy kind of funny.
No, nothing like that. Just literally put Metro and it'll pop up.
Okay.
And it's in the vein. It's in the vein of if Michael Bay, like it has splashes of Michael Bay in it, and then it has like a thriller, and it's got our favorite '90s bad guy, the guy from he's in Prince of Thieves, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the guy that talks like
Alan
this. He's
Rickman?
the bad guy.
Oh
from The
no,
Crow.
he was also in The Crow too, huh? Yeah.
That guy. He's the bad guy
Yeah.
in this one. And he's what are
Okay,
you
that's
talking
cool.
about? Like, yeah, so it's good.
Uh-oh. I think I saw Metro and hated it.
How dare you, you jaded geek, you. Well, I'm just throwing that out. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
We can fight it. We can fight it out in our group chat. All right, Fuzz. Well, let's wrap this up, man. I appreciate you guys coming out once again. And Michael Wincott. There you go.
Yes.
Josh in the names.
And it's got Michael Rappaport in there. Rappaport.
Wow. Yeah, he's redeemed himself pretty well lately.
Mm.
All right, man.
guys.
Let's take us out, Fuzz.
You guys keep those smiles going. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Have that love, that peace, and that Popeyes grease, ladies and gentlemen.
Charge the phone for the next episodes, guys.
Yes. I'm going to make sure there's fucking something in there, dude.
All right, guys. Later.
All right, dude. Late.